What's good, people? Welcome back to the channel. You're back with your boy Navajo. Today we're going to learn how to stop being shy and awkward. So I want every single one of you to get your piece of paper, get your pen out, and we're going to talk about what you need to do to stop acting shy and awkward around other people. So let's begin. I think the first mistake that everyone makes is that they're constantly apologizing for them either being shy or awkward. So you need to stop apologizing. Whether you're reserved or timid or just painfully awkward, the first thing you need to know is that there is nothing wrong with you. And I can tell you how often I've heard a lot of people constantly apologizing or making excuses for their own shyness. They end up feeling so guilty about missing chances to get out of their comfort zone that they drive themselves crazy. Each time they miss out on one of these opportunities, the pressure and fear begins to build up, and eventually things that only seemed like a little bit uncomfortable will cause them so much anxiety that they can't do any of them at all. And to be honest, it might feel like you're the only one in the room who's struggling, but there isn't that much pressure. I know it seems like there's like intense pressure, but to be honest, you couldn't be wrong. Like, in fact, there's nearly everyone struggles with these like anxieties at some point. But with enough practice, you just learn the behavior of letting them go. And it's true that some people do struggle more than others, but having social anxiety doesn't make you any worse than anybody else. You should have nothing to apologize for and nothing to feel guilty about, because at the end of the day, the only person you're affecting is actually just you. So the next thing, when you're struggling with social anxiety or awkwardness for long enough, you probably start labeling yourself like as a shy person, or you might have even told someone, yeah, I'm just like that, or I can't help it. But most of the time, neither of these things are actually true. Imagine you decide to go out to, I don't know, let's say like a concert or something, yeah? You go with the intention of meeting new people, hopefully making some friends with people who've got a very similar interest. But then at the end of it, you're just standing in line to get some food and you hear like a couple of people behind you talk about like how much they've enjoyed that concert. And you share the exact same passion as them. So you eventually, some way or another, wiggle yourself into that conversation, but then you never actually open your mouth. And then the next day, you meet up with your old friends and you actually don't hesitate to tell them how good that concert was. And you just keep going on and on and on about it. And then they pull you up and say, so those people that you met, how did it go? Did you talk to them? And you're like, nah, not really. I guess I'm just a shy person. To be honest, if you were actually a shy person, would you have instantly like come alive when you were talking to your friends about the concert that you've just been in? The point I'm making is that you shouldn't be using words such as like shy or awkward to sum up your entire personality, because there are plenty of times when you're the exact opposite. When you're around your friends, maybe when you're around your family, you might be like super talkative and super energetic, but when you're out in public, you label yourself as shy. Like, that's not right, because all you're doing is just you're pigeonholing your entire personality. So the advice I can give you is, next time that you run into a situation, don't say that, oh, that's just how I am, I'm just shy, I'm just awkward. All you need to say is just, I was just being awkward yesterday or just being awkward that time. And to be honest, by changing the phrasing that you use, you can avoid living up to like any of the negative expectation that you're creating for yourself. The next thing we'll talk about is avoid comparing yourself to other people. Well, to be honest, making comparisons is just generally unhealthy. Like, no matter what you're trying to improve on, it's especially detrimental for people who struggle to come out of their shells to compare yourself to someone else who is much more extroverted or less socially awkward. This can lead to so much stress and anxiety, and also low self-esteem for many people. Low self-esteem is one of the biggest reasons why they have trouble talking with other people. It completely cripples their confidence, it causes self-doubt, and it stops you from ever coming out of your comfort zone. So if you want to overcome your shyness, you should first work on building your self-esteem by learning how to trust and take pride in yourself. The next thing is repetition. So repeating the exact same things over and over and over again. People who struggle with shyness tend to make the same common mistake. They see a great opportunity to socialize, but end up talking to themselves, but end up talking themselves out of it. They feel terrible about passing up on the opportunity, and ultimately they just convince themselves that it was the only chance that they've ever had in their life. But like most forms of self-improvement, overcoming shyness isn't about making one big, bold statement. It's about taking small, consistent steps forward, so you have to keep creating opportunities to be social, no matter how uncomfortable they make you. And I guess last but not least, the best thing you can do is actually bring a friend. If you don't want to throw yourself into the deep end, you can make it easier to socialize by bringing a friend with you. Even if they're just standing on the other side of the room, simply seeing a familiar face can ease nerves and motivate you to keep pushing. If your friend is more outgoing than you, you can also use them to work your way into conversations. Once they've started talking to someone, use your friend as an excuse to join in. And eventually your friend might get a drink or go to the toilet, and that will give you the opportunity to try and lead the conversation. Whilst all of this can be very helpful, there is one downside to bringing an outgoing friend. A lot of people who struggle with shyness tend to use their extroverted friends as a social shield. While it might seem a lot easier to just simply hide behind your friend, wherever you go, it's actually hurting you in the long run by making you more insecure and codependent on your friend. Well, I hope these tips have helped you or will help you in order to stop your shyness or come out of your shell a lot more. And if they have, please let me know in the comments below if they have been helpful, and I will see you in the next one. Also, please make sure that you subscribe to my channel. Peace.